We're talking about Chuck Todd. It was covering the Donna Brazile revelation that the DNC was completely corrupted. She revealed corruption inside the DNC that was mind-boggling almost, right? That all the money being raised was being funneled to the Hillary Clinton campaign. It was like a money laundering organization, and that the Clinton campaign was running the DNC, literally. So here's how Chuck Todd frames it.
Welcome back. Just days before Democrats face what many consider a must-win race for governor of Virginia, the former chairwoman of the Democratic National Committee has thrown a stink bomb at her party. Two, actually.
A stink bomb is how he refers to it. The revealing of massive corruption inside the DNC, a rigging of the electoral process in the United States on the highest level. And Chuck Todd refers to that as a stink bomb. I guess those Pentagon Papers were a real dookie that Daniel Ellsberg left. Oh, look at that dookie. What, Chuck? What does that tell you about Chuck Todd right there, about his framing about this? What does that tell you? That tells you that Chuck Todd is a tool of the establishment, first at the beginning, step, middle, and end. Here we go.
DNC, the process was essentially rigged in favor of Hillary Clinton over Bernie Sanders. And perhaps more alarming, Brazile writes that after Clinton's September 11th fainting spell, she considered trying to replace the struggling Clinton-Tim Kaine ticket with Vice President Joe Biden and New Jersey Senator Cory Booker.
Boy, I remember when that happened. People tried to smear us by saying we were pushing a theory that Hillary Clinton had Parkinson's. Turns out Donna Brazile was so scared about her health problems that she wanted to replace her. Turns out we were onto something. Turns out we were onto something. And the reason why we said that was because Hillary Clinton, they lied about it all day long. You remember when she fell? They said, first they said she was overheated, but she never took her coat off. And then we saw her lock up and fall face first and her shoe flew off. And then they lied about it. They didn't take her to a hospital. They took her to her daughter's apartment. And they had her come out a few hours later and hug a kid. And they go, oh, no, she had pneumonia, and it's been going around our Brooklyn campaign office. And you go, well, if she had pneumonia, why is she out hugging a kid? Oh, no, it's not the kind that's contagious. Well, if it's not the kind that's contagious, why did you say it was going around your Brooklyn headquarters? So they kept lying and lying and lying. And then they go, oh, well, she has the aspirational pneumonia, which is the kind of pneumonia that's not contagious. Guess who gets that? People with Parkinson's. It's the #1 leading cause of death with people from Parkinson's. So that's why we said that. We were trying to speculate as to why they kept lying. Why wouldn't they take a 68-year-old woman with a history of brain trauma to an emergency room after she passes out? Secondly, why did they keep lying about it all day long? And then they finally told the truth around, 6 or 8 o'clock in the evening. And then they said they were going to cancel the rest of her schedule. I thought she was fine. And then they decided to cancel the rest of her schedule. Remember that? So we were trying to speculate, why would they lie like this? That's what you're allowed to do that. So people got upset that we were trying to speculate why they were lying, but they weren't upset that the campaign was lying. Donna Brazile said it was shameful that the way they handled her illness, and she wanted to replace Hillary Clinton on the ticket. But somehow, so when people would disagree with us politically, they try to smear us by saying we're pushing some kind of conspiracy theory about, no, that's Donna Brazile wanted to replace her. Is she also horrible? Okay, I guess now they think so because she told the truth about the Clintons. So that happened. So here he is. So now he sits down to talk with
oh, no.
And watch this.
So do you agree with the Clinton campaign that Donna Brazile fell for Russian propaganda?
Did you hear that question? I'm going to play it for you again.
So do you agree with the Clinton campaign that Donna Brazile fell for Russian propaganda?
That's an actual question being asked by the #1 newsman in America, Meet the Press host Chuck Todd, asking the DNC chair if the former DNC chair got swindled by Russians. What? What propaganda was she swindled by, Chuck? That Hillary Clinton didn't fall down face and wasn't sick, and she didn't fall on her face, and they didn't lie about it all day. What was the Russian propaganda? Did the Russians make that agreement between Hillary Clinton and the Democratic National Committee? Was the Russians who did that? Chuck Todd literally just asked that question as if it's our actual question. Did Donna Brazile fall for Russian propaganda? Is she just a complete dupe of the Russians? That's what Chuck Todd is saying. That's your #1 newsman. And now you know why that guy didn't graduate college. That's a literal question. That guy. If you don't need to have a license to be a journalist, but if you did, he should have his taken away. He should be disbarred. If there was a thing, if you could disbar people from journalism, that's unbelievable. What is this, 1950? Are you kidding me? Did Donna Brazil...
So do you agree with the Clinton campaign that Donna Brazil fell for Russian propaganda?
I mean, I don't know. Is that not the most disgusting thing you've ever seen on television? The WikiLeaks revealed that he had ideas on how to sabotage Bernie. Remember how he was like, "Oh, we'll show that he's not. He's just a." It was his idea to paint Bernie as the candidate of white people. That was Tom Perez. That was revealed. So, and I guess according to the Clinton campaign and now Chuck Todd, that Russia created an entire mirage of Donna Brazil's experience at the DNC, and Donna Brazil fell for it. Is that what happened? The Russians just created a mirage of her. This isn't what happened. Did they hypnotize her? You're getting sleepy. This is what really happened.
Incapacitated. She was tireless. She
was tireless.
Was a workhorse.
Yes, Hillary. She worked tirelessly to cheat progressives out of a good president. She worked tirelessly on her own behalf to cheat, lie, and steal the nomination. But she bought it. She didn't steal it. She bought it. So when people say, "Oh, she bailed out the DNC," what she did, that's a 100-millionaire plutocrat buying the nomination. That's what that's called. That's not bailing out the DNC. She funneled none of the money to down-ballot races, and it all went to her campaign. She didn't bail him out. She bought the nomination. So here we go.
And frankly, what's
So whenever someone says "frankly" and they're a politician, the
Yes.
next thing coming is a lie. So let's see what he says. What's the lie?
I think people who read that charge, which is just without merit, are going to perhaps start wondering about other claims in the book.
So his biggest concern is that people might start to doubt Donna Brazil's book. That's what he just said, his biggest concern.
Oh,
What makes him the
frankly.
saddest is that people might start to doubt other things in her. No. What really makes him the saddest is that people won't doubt what she's saying in her book. So that's a guy pushing propaganda, trying to undercut the truth that Donna Brazil is giving us. He's trying to say, she's lying about this. I'm afraid people won't believe anything she says. That's what you're. So again, he's a shitty liar, Tom Perez. He's always been a shitty liar. He's transparent. I see right through him. And if I see right through him, everybody sees right through him. That guy's a fucking bullshitter who's working against you 24/7. I know why he's doing it for money. What specific Russian propaganda did she fall for? Mm-hmm. That's the question Chuck Todd will never ask. What specific Russian propaganda? He just throws out that bullshit blanket smear, and that guarantees he'll always have a job. So now they move on to this. Donna Brazil's account cannot simply be dismissed. Well, that's what Chuck Todd and that's what Tom Perez is doing.
Said this, Donna Brazil's account cannot simply be dismissed. Okay, Elizabeth Warren says you're being tested. How are you going to restore trust with Sanders supporters that the DNC is going to be a fair place?
It's going to be a fair place. Now listen to this answer. It's a horrible answer. It's why he gets booed in public. They boo him in public when he shows up to talk. Do you know that? They just start booing him.
So maybe you came, though, because you're curious about the new DNC chairman and the future of the Democratic policy.
Well, the disturbing times in American history. Hey, shut the fuck up or go outside, all right? Dangerous time of my lifetime. We have a president who is I don't know who he is, Putin or Trump. They're in a bromance. This is really weird.
And this is why. Because Tom Perez is a liar and a bullshitter, and he's lying to you, not the Russians, not the Republicans. He's lying to you. And he's shitty at it. He's not good like Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton's a great liar. So same thing with Barack Obama. It made you feel good after they were done lying.
But the United States, together with the international community, is committed to the Libyan people. You have won your revolution. And now we will be a partner as you forge a future that provides dignity, freedom, and opportunity.
West African migrants interviewed by the IOM have recounted being bought and sold in garages and car parks in Sabha.
It's just like a slavery is running in Libya for the blacks. They said slavery is finished, but this. Slavery is existing in Libya every day and night. They sell people just like the way they sell goats and rams. They will price you, you are sitting. You cannot do nothing there.
This guy makes you feel like you need a shower. But he did, that's what he said. We fell short. The DNC fell short. No, you completely rigged the primary for one candidate. That's not falling short. Do you see the, okay.
In the future, moving forward to 2020, we're going to be announcing our Democratic debate schedule before we know who the candidates are, because the #1 goal has to be fair and transparent. All of our fundraising agreements.
Which is why the budget is still opaque, isn't it? Why is the DNC budget not known? Why is that, Tom? Because you're still funneling money to all of the consultant class? Is that why? Why don't people know where you're spending the money? Because if it was transparent, we would have known all that money went to Hillary Clinton's campaign. That people were donating $363,000 at a clip to the DNC. That was money was supposed to go to the DNC and down ballot rate. It went to Hillary Clinton's campaign. And so he's not. It's just words, just garbage. It's all Tom Perez has is garbage.
Partnerships will be available to everyone, as they were actually in 2016. And then what we have to do is make sure we're also working with voters up and down America, rural America, urban America, everywhere in between, to earn their trust.
Don't you owe the Sanders campaign?
Or to earn their trust. How are you going to earn their trust, Tom? Well, we're going to keep taking corporate money and keep our budget opaque. That doesn't work. We're going to keep super delegates and primaries closed. That doesn't. Nothing, he's saying. And now here's Chucky Todd.
An investigation. I mean, Donna Brazile put that charge out. Don't you and Keith Ellison, shouldn't you guys look back and see if her charges are true?
Well, again, I totally agree, Chuck, with the notion that the DNC fell short.
No.
So you agree with Donna Brazile or you don't? So you agree with her? So again, this is him mealy mouth. This is him trying to be on both sides of this question. Yes, we agree. We did. We fell short. Well, how did you? So Donna Brazile was lying, or she's right then? And of course, Chuck Todd doesn't ever hold his feet to the fire on this.
During critical
So they did play
moments of the primary, I think
she's
we have to do better. Is what we have to.
So Chuck Todd goes. So they did play favorites. So she's right, and Tom Perez just ignores it. Just ignores it.
Chuck, and that's why I was very clear during our primary campaign, during the campaign for DNC chair, that we have to make sure that everybody feels at the end of the process that everyone got a fair shake. That's what we're about,
Again,
Chuck.
no,
That's what
no
we
way
have
to
to
do it.
That's how we earn people's trust.
I got to ask you about Tuesday's elections.
That's how we earn people's trust, by not doing anything. We earns people's trust by me talking, by me saying platitudes. That's how, if you could earn people's trust by spewing platitudes, Tom Perez is your guy.